Hi, welcome to this week's Cleaning Coach vlog, and today we're going to be discussing how much you should charge when it comes to customers. This is a question that comes up quite frequently in my group, so we're going to discuss today what I should charge and how I should work out what to charge to not lose money. What's the best way to charge my customers? For those of you that don't know me, I'm Ilse Whiteman, the Cleaning Coach. I'm the creator of the Cleaning Coach Training Academy, and this episode is sponsored by Customer Magnet System, a system where you wow your customers, build trust and loyalty, and never hear you're too expensive ever again. So far you charge a certain amount, and you charge that amount for a specific reason. When you first start your cleaning business, you work it out as, okay, so in my area they charge between 10 and 15 pounds. So you will start off at not quite 10, if that's the lowest that any other cleaning company offers. You'll start at 11, you'll start a little bit higher, but don't jump in at 15, the highest price, because only if your business has a reputation will you succeed if you go to 15, and once you've been in business for a while and customers got to know you. If you've been in business for a year or longer, by all means go through that stage where you actually charge your customers more. If you got your price and you know what you charge, and your customers, you've got a few customers that are quite happy with your standards, your customer service and the price you charge at the moment, then always stick with that. If you ever say to a customer, okay, I'm going to take some money off, what you're saying is, I don't value my service, so I'm quite happy to offer it for cheaper. And that's not what you want to say, but that is what you're saying when you say, okay, we'll take a few pounds off. When a customer phones you and they're after a really cheap quote, all you need to say to them to actually find out, are they just after a really cheap job with low cleaning standards, or do they want really cheap prices for really high cleaning standards? Or they just literally want a price or a quote. They don't actually even are ever interested in actually you working for them. And then all you say to them is, when they normally, the customer phones, and they'll say, oh, I just want to know how much you charge for, say for instance, domestic cleaning. And then you just say to them to wait for their response to know sort of from what kind of angle they're coming from. And you just say, here at your cleaning services, we focus more on quality rather than quantity, with very high standards of cleaning. Therefore, our prices don't suit most customers. If it's after a really cheap, sort of low standard cleaning service you're after, we probably won't be the company for you. Now, I know a lot of you will cringe and go, but that means I might lose a customer. Well, it's going to be a very bad customer that's going to give you a lot of work or create a lot of work for you. And they constantly are going to not be happy. They're constantly going to knock you down on your price. Focus on your ideal customer. What you want to do is get that customer to a point where you get them to a meeting. Then you can discuss things when you start building trust, when you start getting into the relationship building. If you just literally give them a quote over the phone, they don't know you. They are not going to remember you. They're just listening for the cheapest quote. So your customer that's actually really interested in your service will let you come for a meeting with them, because they're going to give you the time, because they want the high quality standards that you offer. However, if somebody is just literally after a quote, they're just going to ask you to email them a quote. Never ever give your price over the phone or as a quote by email without actually going to see the customer and doing your first 2 cleans. If you've got really good cleaning standards, it doesn't matter how you speak or what words come out of your mouth, you will never make them believe that you are better than another cleaning company. It's about showing them your cleaning standards first, and this is exactly what I teach inside my customer magnet system, is you let them see your cleaning services first, then you give them a price, but you've already by that stage built so much trust and loyalty you can charge more, and for them to be comfortable with your price. So it's all about how the process works to wow them, for them to see what you clean like. So if you say then, if you go up to £15 an hour, they understand, oh, but actually, well, look how they clean. So they are going to expect you to be more expensive. But then you don't have to say we're good. I always say, look, talk is cheap, let me show you. And that's very true. And some of your customers might even be like that now. However, you're creating work for yourself, and they're probably not your ideal customer. I understand you might be thinking now, but I need the money. Yes, but then you divide your customers in 3 columns. You have your A column, your B column, and your C column. Your A column is a certain price, your lowest paying customers you have at the moment. Your B column is where you've just upped your price a little bit more, sort of £2 per hour more. And then you have your C column, which is when you've put your price up to the bulk of it. And then you transition your customers from A into B and from B into C, and then the new customers can either come in A or B depending on what they're used to. If they've never had a cleaner before, you put them in the A category because they are not going to want to pay the C category money. So then you work them through your system from the A to B to C customers to get them from your lower price to your higher price quicker. And then you have the flow of customers from A, B and C, and then they just move up a block every time. And that's how you increase your prices quicker. Because remember, some customers don't actually have jobs that they don't earn a lot of money themselves. So if you then come in and say, I charge £15 an hour, they're going to be like, I don't even earn that. Like, I don't even earn that. So how can I pay that for a cleaner? Kind of, yeah. So, but you are going to get a lot of customers saying that because some actually stay at home looking after the kids. Some have very little jobs because the husband already got a full-time job, so they don't earn that much. So they might think, well, she's earning more than me. But you got to remember to get your value over. So if you do initially the cleaning, first of all, to show them what kind of cleaning you do and how you do it, you then will give them that's the value I offer. That's what I do, and that's what I can offer for you. And if you want to find your ideal customers, the customers that's willing to pay you what you're actually worth, I've got a link right at the bottom to my 5-day free challenge. And in the 5-day challenge, there's a lesson on your ideal client, how to get closer to your ideal client and how to talk to them to actually get them to agree to a higher price and to get less customers that wants to pay very little and wants very high standards. And then always recommend charging per job, not per hour. If you charge per hour, you're attracting customers that will go, right, she's left 2 minutes early today, and she'll complain. When you start a job, it will always take you a lot longer to do, the first 2 weeks to do. And then you start having a routine, and then you start thinking, hang on a minute, okay, so now it's taking me a lot less time because I've got my routine. I know exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. The house is cleaner because obviously you've cleaned it now for a while, and then you're going to start finding yourself very bored because you're like, I've got half an hour left. It's the worst thing in the world being bored, and you have to stay there because you charge hourly, and your staff will not like you very much if you ever put them in that position. So the way to go is, if you go and see a customer and say, for instance, they want 3 hours with the cleaning and you charge £15 an hour, what you say to them is, you take that £15 an hour, obviously just multiply it by 3 and then give them the price. We charge £45 to clean your house, not hourly. If they say hourly, we do not charge hourly, we charge per job, right? So when you first go and start that 3-hour job, it might take you 3 hours, but in 3 weeks' time, you're going to be doing that in 2.5 hours or 2 hours. So your staff cost is going to be less. You're only going to pay your staff 2.5 hours. So then you charge per job. You ask every single customer, how many hours do you want? Or how many hours did your last cleaners do? They give you that hours and you just work it out. Like literally, if it's 2 hours, you charge £30 an hour, say for instance, if it's £15 an hour. And if you're in another country, just obviously you can work out the same, whatever applies to you, but not by hours. And that will make a difference between the normal people that just do normal and you as a professional cleaning company. That will be the difference. We charge per job, not per hour. And they can never say, oh, yeah, but you were only there for 2 hours. You're supposed to be there for 3 hours. I'm like, no, I'm not. I charge for the job in my terms and conditions. And remember, in your terms and conditions, you state very clearly that the first day we come to your house, we don't do tidying. Tidying is an extra and you have to give us notice. If you don't, we are going to tidy because we can't clean without tidying, and then you're going to moan because we didn't clean properly because the tidying. We will charge you £10 extra per room if you don't. It's an extra, you have to let us know, give us notice. If you don't, we're going to charge you, but you have to let your customers know in the beginning. Everything is an extra. The way the property is the first day you turn up, which will obviously be tidy because most people will tidy before you come, that's how the property has to be every single time. But it's your job to remind your customer, look, if it's untidy or it's not left this way, we're going to have to charge you. And remember to upsell on every job. Every month you give them an invoice, you state on the invoice, you make a letter, and in the letter will say ironing, making bed, cost this much, inside fridge costs this much, inside fridge empty costs this much, inside fridge full of food costs this much. Oven cleaning, because you're already a customer, costs a little bit less, right? Window cleaning, carpet cleaning. Every single invoice you send them an upsell list. And if you leave a checklist for them at their property every week, your cleaners do, remember to attach an upsell list to keep reminding them that you do this cleaning. Do not let them think you clean the house and then they think, okay, I need my oven cleaned. And they don't know. If they don't know and you didn't remind them, they might not automatically think about you to actually get in to do the oven cleaning because they don't know you do oven cleaning. You might not. So what they do is they go and hunt for an oven cleaning company. Then they get another cleaning company in. Now that cleaning company reminds them that they do other cleanings, like domestic cleaning, say for instance. That customer is going to remember it because that oven cleaning is going to keep reminding them. And then if you do one little mistake, you're out and they're going to get the other cleaning company in. So you, from the start, remind them that you do all of that and you take care of all of that. And if you're now worried and thinking, oh, but I don't do window cleaning at the moment. Of course you don't. Get a local window cleaner. Get them to do it. You charge a customer a little bit more. Done. You don't do oven cleaning. You contact an oven cleaning company if you don't do it yourself personally. However, it's quite easy to do. And it's quite easy to do while you're in the house, while you're doing the domestic cleaning, because you can slap on a gel in the oven, then go and clean the house for 2 hours. When you come back, the oven will be ready, wipe, gone, oven done. So it's quite easy to incorporate this into your business. Carpet cleaning. Oh, I don't do carpet cleaning. I've looked at carpet machines to buy, but they're so expensive. Go and hire one. Like here in the UK, you can go and hire the rug doctor for £24 for 24 hours and go and clean their carpets. But you can charge a lot more money. Even if you charge a customer less money, you're still going to be making money because you work out how much it is to rent, your hourly rate, and there you go. That's what the customer pays. So you always add a little bit extra to that price. So just improvise and get somebody to help you to do it while you're small. And as you get bigger, you can buy vans with dip tanks and you can buy this really expensive carpet machine. Unless you just got a carpet cleaning business, which obviously you will have a very expensive machine. And equipment that you will need. However, when you're small, start off by doing it yourself and get people to help you and start the delegation process so you actually can start earning more money but seeing the results for your hard work already. So if you want to know how to get more customers in your business, have a look at the link below. I've got a free download that gives you 9 steps on how to get more customers in your business quicker. Like this video, give me a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe because I post a video every single week. Remember to press the bell so you get notified every week when my videos comes up so you can have a look and learn more about how to grow your business. And if you want more help from your cleaning business from me, I've got a private Facebook group where I help you grow your business and be more profitable. Can't wait to see you in there. Remember to check out my other videos if you want to know how to deal with staff illness, if you struggle with staff, how to get more quality staff members into your business, what interview questions to ask, and how to ask customers for testimonials. But for now, that's it guys. I'll see you next week. Bye!